with my zigzag seam finish done on my two sides and the bottom, and I didn't have to do this little square here on both pieces, so my front and my back, I'm ready to move on to my next step. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right sides and put them together. So here I have my two right sides. I'm going to put them together like so to prepare to sew. And I'm going to line up the bottom here. So you can see this corner over here. I'm going to line that up, and then I'll line up this other corner as well, just like that. And I'm going to put in a couple of pins so that I can be ready to sew here. So I'll just line up the corners first and pin here. And I'll line up my other corner and pin that. And as I pin these, I'm going to pin them perpendicular to my raw edge, or my zigzag seam finished edge, I guess. So a 90-degree angle, because that's just a little bit easier to pull out. And then I'll pin in the middle after doing the two edges. And just put in a few more pins along the way. Once that's all pinned and nice, I'm going to go ahead and sew this at 1/2 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to go over it not once but twice so that it's very, very strong. So I'll pull my machine over here and we can get started. I want to make sure here that my machine is at the number 1 right here. If I just did my zigzag seam finish, then it will be at stitch number 2 and it will do a zigzag. I want this to be a straight stitch. So I'm going to make sure my machine's at number 1, and then I will line up my fabric with my 1/2 inch on the stitch plate. And if we look here, 3/8 is marked and 5/8 is marked. I know that each of these little lines is 1/8, so 3/8 and then 4/8, then 5/8. And 4/8 right here simplifies to be 1/2 inch. So this is the line, this one right here, is the line that I'm going to line up with. So I'll line up with my 1/2 inch line, lower my presser foot, and I will back stitch. Just a note, you guys would use thread that matches your bag a little bit better. I'm using black thread so it's easier to see in the videos, but you would probably use something that matches your fabric better. So I'm going to go forward 3, backward 3, and then I'll just sew this whole bottom. And I'll take out pins as I get close to them. And then I'll back stitch at the end here. And I've gone through that once. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing all over again so that I can make sure that my bottom seam is very, very strong and it's not going to break if I put something in my bag. So I'll just go over that one more time, and then I am done. I'll trim my threads. Okay, I now have my bottom seam sewn twice, so it's very strong at 1/2 inch seam allowance.